What up people, welcome to my channel. If this is your first time on this channel, you're very much welcome. Please feel free to join the family by hitting the red subscribe button below this video, and equally make sure you turn on the notification so you don't miss any of my videos. So today I want to talk about something very important. This is probably the first and the last time I'll be doing a story time on my channel, because this channel is not for storytelling. Anyway, there is this particular organization, this particular American NGO called Remember Africa, that has been deceiving a lot of Cameroonians for a very long time now, and I think it's high time a lot of people get to know about their activities in Cameroon, because I keep seeing them going all over the place, going to universities and deceiving Cameroonians. I have been a victim of their deception. I was scammed by this organization millions. So I just think if I stay quiet and see my brothers being deceived to put their money in the same place, it's not going to be a good thing. That's the reason why I want to expose this organization. I want you guys to know the activities this organization is carrying in Cameroon. You know, in 2013, when I just graduated from the university, just like any other young Cameroonian, I was looking for a job. And a friend of mine told me about this organization, Remember Africa. He told me it was an American NGO and they were training and recruiting people who register. So I was like, okay, this is a good opportunity for me to kickstart my career, my professional career. So I told my parents about it and they were skeptical. Like, my father did not want to believe because it was so good to be true. My friend told me I'll register for 125,000, and then after 6 months of training they'll pay me $500. You know, it was an American organization and they were talking in dollars basically. So they told us after your training, those who you retain, they'll be giving them $500 per month. And I thought it was juicy, you know, so I struggled and convinced my mother especially. So she gave me the money and I went and registered to this organization. And when I registered, I was given some conditions to graduate, because we were told that those who meet the requirements for graduation, they will graduate and then they will start receiving their salaries. And the requirements were complicated. You had to bring a lot of investors. You had to buy a laptop, a phone. You had to do so many things. You had to volunteer, cleaning, dry cleaning every single day. The conditions were hard, but you know, Cameroon is not an easy country. So when you see an opportunity, you just have to manage and try to fulfill the conditions. That is how we were told to go to the field, because the first phase of the practicals, the first phase of the training, it was theory. So we had courses, some small random courses, things we already knew about. It's not as if they were new anyway. So after that, the training took like 6 months just for the theory. Meanwhile, we were told the theory will be 3 months and then the practicals 3 months. But the theory alone took more than 6 months. So, and I was getting worried. But anyway, I kept consoling myself that, okay, look at the bigger picture. Things are going to change in the future. And that's what kept me going. So, like, more than 6 months, nobody is talking about practicals. Nobody is talking about anything. And I became very worried. And I personally I'm very outspoken. You know, when something is not going well for me, I'll always act like, what is going on? And the one thing I noticed about that organization is that they didn't want people to speak up. You had no right to talk. I don't understand why in Cameroon an NGO will be asking its workers to pay financial sanctions. Let me say, for example, if you come late for work or you were supposed to do something and you did not do it, they will ask you to pay financially. You'll be sanctioned financially, and sometimes you just come and ask you to pay 50,000, 100,000 francs for a sanction. And since we're all looking at the bigger picture, like, okay, the days ahead will be brighter, people will look for that money and come and pay. And it kept happening over and over. That NGO has been in Cameroon since 2008, and we are in 2018, which makes it exactly 10 years of deception, of fraud, of scam. A lot of people registered in this particular organization called Remember Africa, and the president of that Remember Africa is Dr. Caroline Hoff. I don't know, she calls herself a doctor. I don't know if she's really a doctor, because considering the activities she's carrying on in Cameroon, the deception, the lies, the maltreatment, this particular woman, Dr. Caroline Hoth, is a scam. She has deceived a lot of Cameroonians. She has frustrated the life of a lot of Cameroonians, including myself. Okay, let me continue my story. During the training, I was finding it very hard to convince people, which was the most important thing for graduation. You had to bring a lot of people to come and invest their money, to come and buy shares into the NGO. I was finding it very hard to convince people to come and invest in this particular organization. I was really finding it very hard, but the pressure kept coming. The woman kept putting a lot of pressure on me and my friends, because I was not the only one who was finding it hard to convince people. Many of us were really finding it hard. So she kept putting a lot of pressure, threatening to throw us out if we don't convince people to come and put their money in this organization. And I became frustrated at one point. I had to convince my father, because I wanted to graduate. So I had to convince my father. I convinced him until he invested his money, almost 1 million francs he invested in this organization. I did the same thing with my aunt, and she equally invested her money in this organization in 2013. And we were told by 2015, 2016, dividends will be paid. We are in 2018. Not a single person has received dividends from Remember Africa, and they are not talking anything about the money. Last year, they told us that dividends will be paid and that we should pay 250,000 francs for credit cards. Almost everybody paid that money, that 250,000 francs, but today nobody is talking about it. The woman has succeeded in chasing everybody away. I'm not even sure there is a single person working with our organization again. And now the other day I watched her on CRTV, and she's going up and down trying to deceive more people to come and invest their money in that particular organization. Please, my dear Cameroonians, or my dear friends, or wherever you are, if you're watching this video, I want you to know that Remember Africa International is a fake organization. The president, Dr. Caroline Hoth, is fake. She's manipulative, she's deceptive, she has maltreated a lot of Cameroonians. She keeps calling Cameroonians slaves, backward, and so on. I don't know what she's thinking, and she just thinks she's going to collect all these millions. And trust me, guys, we are talking about hundreds of millions. At one point, I was working at the financial department. I can guarantee you that a lot of people trusted in this organization. We succeeded to convince a lot of Cameroonians, because she always told us everything will be rosy. She always told us she bought 4G internet connection. So we knew telecommunication is a big deal, and maybe eventually it will explode, and then money will start coming to the organization. But that never happened. She never, upon all the money she collected, she did not bring us 4G connectivity. She was selling fake things. Her phones were fake, laptops fake, and I bought my phone for 150,000 francs. I bought a small notebook laptop for 250,000 francs, and hundreds of people did the same thing. But some people paid the money but never received, because at one point the sanction was too much on them and they could not continue. Because if she keeps giving you sanction, like the sanctions keeps accumulating, and at one point you cannot pay, she will tell you not to get into the premises because you owe sanction. And due to the fact that she was not paying us, she was not paying her workers, and then she kept giving financial sanctions, a lot of people abandoned. Like, people were like, no, I cannot take this anymore. A lot of people abandoned. Trust me, guys, more than 5,000 people paid in that organization. We are talking about hundreds and hundreds of millions. And I want the American embassy to know that this particular woman who keeps saying she's covered by the American embassy, she's covered by the Cameroon government, maybe they don't really know her true activities. And I am here to tell you guys to be very careful with Remember Africa, because the organization is fake. Remember Africa International Inc. is a fake organization. They have deceived Cameroonians of huge amounts of money, and she is planning to leave. She's planning to leave because presently the organization, the doors are closed, but I'm sure she's still in Cameroon, and eventually she will leave with all the millions. If the government allows this happen, then I don't know the kind of country we are in, because the government is supposed to protect us. But for some reason, she keeps bribing. I don't know if she keeps bribing the government, or she keeps, I don't know. She just claims to have a lot of power and authority, you know, and she does not seem to see anything wrong with what she's doing. A lot of families have been frustrated by this woman. A lot of families. I mean, my money is in that organization close to 2 million francs, and that woman, she just, guys, something needs to be done about this particular organization, because this woman cannot come to Cameroon, deceive Cameroonians. When she came to Cameroon, we told her that a lot of organizations came to Cameroon with the same program and they deceive a lot of people. That is why we are finding it hard to convince people. She told us that there's no problem, we should do that, she's real. And at the end of the day, 10 years later, I've realized that she is the same. She is fake. The organization is fake. If you want to go and invest your money in Remember Africa, just know that you are not going to see your money. Your money is going to get missing. This organization has deceived a lot of people, and I want something to be done about it, because I don't believe this woman will come to Cameroon. She claims she's rich. She lives in Westchester, New York. She has money. She's this. When Dr. Caroline Hoth came to Cameroon in 2008, she told us there was a board of directors in the United States of America. But for 10 years, no one has ever seen a single member of the board of directors. So apparently she does everything herself. Sometimes I'll receive mail from some members of the board, but I'll realize that maybe she's the one writing all those mails, because I have never, nobody, no matter, I mean, there have been so many crises in this organization. There have been so many scandals. People have tried to lock her up, but for some reason, I don't know, she keeps surviving, she keeps escaping justice and so on and so forth. I don't really understand what is happening in this country, because a lot of people have really complained about this particular woman, but nothing has been done about it. And I just wish a lot of people can get to watch this video to know the kind of NGOs, and I'm calling on the Cameroon government to know the kind of NGOs they are allowing into Cameroon, because all these NGOs coming from America, Europe and so on, they come to Cameroon, they deceive a lot of Cameroonians, they exploit Cameroonians, they take their money, and at the end of the day they do nothing about it. Remember, Africa has done a very grievous harm, let me put it that way. They have done a very grievous harm on a lot of Cameroonians, including myself. That is the reason why I'm calling on all my fellow Cameroonian brothers. Please don't put your money in Remember Africa. The organization scammed me. I worked a lot for that organization. The entire building, my friend and I, we painted the building. We sacrificed. Some days I slept on the floor, because I was always hoping like, okay, things are going to change. She kept giving us hope, and I just realized that I wasted, because I was in the organization for about 2 years, I just realized that I wasted 2 years of my life for nothing. The government should please tell Caroline Hoff to refund our money. Okay guys, thank you guys for watching this video. Please, if you haven't subscribed yet to my channel, go ahead and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. I know the video was general ranting, and I just had to rant in this video to let you guys know what is happening in our country. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace.
You want to cry?
No, I'm not crying.
I see you cry, so why?
No, I want to have tears for my face now.
That's it. Why tears?